Hey, Brittany, what you reading?
Oh, hello. I am reading one of my favorite Tuttle Twins books. That is The Tuttle Twins and the 12 Rules Boot Camp, which is one of my favorites for many reasons. One, I just like the guidance and direction in it. And two, it is based off a book by one of my favorite authors, Jordan B. Peterson, 12 Rules for Life, a book that I've talked about exhaustively in the audio version of the podcast. So yeah, just brushing up on my 12 rules.
Oh, I love that book, and I love Jordan Peterson. I've actually seen him 3 times in person.
We saw him together, if you remember.
We did in DC forever ago.
Like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, yeah.
So much wisdom for life. I love the 12 rules for life. And I wanted to talk about one of my favorite rules that I think is really important in my family right now. My boys are 12 and 14, so we're getting into the teenage years. Ooh. And So really at the forefront of life right now is friends. Socialization and friends that my boys are making, and are they making the right friends? Sometimes I wonder. So one of my favorite rules, it is actually number 3 in Jordan Peterson's book. And the way Jordan Peterson phrases it is he says, make friends with people who want the best for you.
I love that. And I think that's number 10 in 12 Rules Boot Camp, just so you can follow along at home.
In Tuttle Twins, it says keep good company.
Keep good company. Yep. I was trying to find the page to show you guys.
And I think that is so important. It's good to be friends with everybody, but I think you have to be really mindful of who you keep in your inner circle. Mm-hmm. And I mean, you want to be friendly with everybody, but have you ever heard the saying, you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with? Is that how it goes?
I think about that. It's something, I don't know word for it, something like that. I think about that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
A lot.
So I think it's important to kind of gauge yourself and the type of people you are drawn to. Do you feel the need to always be the smartest person in the room? And if someone else is smarter than you feel kind of threatened. And so you kind of shun that person. That's not a good instinct always, because you can learn from people who are smarter than you. They might have something to offer you. Yeah. So it's good to assume that everyone has something to teach you. But don't run away from people just because you feel threatened by, maybe you feel like they're smarter than you or prettier than you or stronger than you or more athletic. Be friends with everybody, but especially try to be open to friendships that are people that you can learn something from, or people who might inspire you to be better. And also, one of my sons has this instinct, which sometimes concerns me. I think it's a good instinct, but he wants to help people.
Okay.
He's drawn to people that he can help. And I think that's a good thing.
It's a good thing and a bad thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So here's my concern is sometimes people can take advantage of that. Sometimes people don't really want help. They want attention. And so sometimes I wonder that some of his friends might be doing things just for attention. But I think he's overall a good influence. I just worry sometimes.
Well, you kind of don't want, you want your kids and yourself to be good influences, but you don't want them to have to be the good influence that carries the rest of the friend group. You want to be with people who are maybe even a better influence than they are, and so you're not carrying all that weight and holding all the responsibility, because that's,
And also, what about my son? So the rule is make friends with people who want the best for you. Do those friends want the best for my son? So are you and your friends making each other better? Are you influencing each other for positive things, or do you kind of get into trouble together, or
It's an interesting point, if you don't mind me chiming in real quick, because I know, and this is really hard because you love your friends, you have your friends, but you do outgrow friends. And it's one of the things that I've actually been pretty good at, but that it is always a little hard is sometimes you, like I said, are maybe outgrowing your friends, but you kind of look around and think like, okay, I don't know if this is the best situation for me. There's this term my mom used to use, pity party, where it's like you all are so negative and like draining, like, oh, my life's so hard. My life's so hard. And you're going back and forth that it actually just creates this like this really negative atmosphere, this feedback loop where you're all just feeding off each other's negativity. And I've had situations like that where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm kind of standing still in life right now, like kind of stagnant because I can't really grow with this group of friends. And so I'm going to have to and you don't have to have some big breakup with all your friends, right? Maybe you just kind of do a quiet Irish exit, as they call it.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. How do you do that? How do you do that when a friend is not right for you?
Oh, it's hard. And I know it's gotten different. I've had to do this a few times in my life, and it's been different each time. COVID actually really helped the last time I did this because it was like the friend group kind of dissolved on its own because people moved or, because COVID just changed our life. So people moved away or they started doing something. And so it was like it just kind of naturally dissipated. And then I didn't do anything to keep the friendships going. But sometimes there was a friend I had that was, I hate to use the word toxic because that's like therapy speak now that's, overused, but just very negative, true. But it very
Some
true.
People are like that.
And I had to actually just tell her, hey, I wish you the best in life. I hope nothing but good things for you, but I can't handle your negativity. I'm in a space where I really want to grow and be positive, and it's bringing me down. And that was really hard for me to do, but it was necessary.
Yeah, that is hard. That is hard. But I mean, and not all the time do you have to be so blunt. Sometimes you can just kind of quietly.
This is one of those friends where if I left any door open or any vague language, I was going to get trapped again. So I had to tell her in very clear and precise terms. But yeah, no, it's hard. And as a teenager, you remember being a teenager.
I do. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. But yeah, I think it's really important, not just the 5 people that you spend the most time with socially outside of your family, but also the influencers that you let into your brain. This is something that I, as a parent, I worry about constantly, more and more so as my boys are getting more online. It kind of have to be because of school. So much of school.
The world is, yeah.
And I don't think there's any way around it. Like their life is going to revolve around screens, in the world. So, you can delay it only so long, and then they have to like be computer literate. And that comes with, some influencers that are coming into their lives that I worry about. And, I hope as kids, you guys be very, very mindful of what you're watching, what you're looking at, and that you have the ability to take a step back and think, how is this influencing my thinking? Who am I allowing to influence me online and around me? And do they want the best for me? What do they want for me? Do they just want my eyeballs so they can get clicks and, their social media monetizes and pays them their monthly fee? I mean, there's a lot of that going on. People putting out garbage for children so that the children will watch, and the advertisers get your eyeballs, and then that influencer gets paid. So are they really trying to feed you something that's good for your brain, or just something that will addict you? And I think internet addiction is a real thing. And just be aware, if it's getting harder and harder to pull yourself away from a screen, maybe you should think about what's good for you, and maybe be your own best friend, and take care of yourself and want the best for yourself, and just kind of be careful about who's influencing you.
I like that because that's actually, the other Jordan Peterson rule, which is treat yourself like someone you're responsible.
You're
for
responsible for helping.
Or helping. And I think they kind of go both ways, because if you treat yourself like that, you're going to value yourself. And then you're also going to recognize when the friends you have aren't doing that for you.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of goes both ways. Because it's very like cheesy and like something you would see on a pillow or in a wall hanging, but you really do have to value and love yourself to really understand how you should be treated. But that's so great, because then you also see how other people should be treated. So it all goes in the same circle. It's all
and it's not about being conceited or selfish when you're taking care of yourself or loving yourself.
It's value.
It's about understanding what's best for yourself and what's best for your future and how you should act day to day to set yourself up for a positive future and happy things.
Yeah, no, I think that this is a great topic. I think, again, making sure you're surrounded by the right people is going to be something that you're going to have to be reassessing and evaluating your whole life. Sometimes trust your gut. Other times it's more obvious, I think, but sometimes you have to be like, all right, maybe I feel stuck in life, or maybe I'm feeling kind of low because I'm hanging out with people that are bringing me down. Or on the opposite side of that, wow, look at how motivated I am because I'm hanging out with such a great group of people, right? We're talking about the downside of it, but there's so many upsides of it. Look at Rachel and I sitting here doing this show together. We've known each other for years and years, uplifting each other. So look at that. There's good things too. So we will leave it at that. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the podcast. And until next time, we will talk to you later.
Talk to you later.